What is up, guys? Welcome back. During the Fortnite Save the World, this video is going to come out, well, on the 23rd. I was supposed to record today early, but it is now almost 11. I had a bunch of stuff to do, so I couldn't record early. New season stuff. Not for here, but I don't think I've addressed it in the video yet. You can now build in the terrain. That's kind of a changer for a lot of things. I might have to redesign my candy base. I tried it the other day. Um, I was playing. If you caught the streams, I was playing. Two guys, two of the homies, two of the subs. You guys are my homies. I'll call you guys that. I don't have an official name for. Sorry, for my followers yet. I had a hiccup. Official name for my followers yet. I still have to design my VTuber and all that stuff. And that's gonna take a while because I have a lot to learn about VTube design and sort of things. Kind of want to learn that on my own. Take my time to learn how to do that stuff. I just like being able to learn stuff on my own at my own pace. Take that time, you know what I mean, to fully understand and to possibly be able to teach others how to do it. That's kind of what I want to be at. And that's kind of how it is for Save the World. I took a lot of time to know the game fairly well, and I'm happy to show people who don't know too much about it what it's about and what you can do and how you can have fun with it. So that's what I'm trying to do. But today's video, I'm doing the staccato Shotto. I haven't done it for a video. I have tried it before, but we're doing this staccato Shotto. It is a automatic shotgun. It's piercing, apparently, which means that it should shoot through enemies. It also makes them dance. With the build I'm running, it does 120k DPS. I have 2 crit ratings on it, a crit damage, a reload, and an energy, obviously. Um, that is subject to change, right? I might change the perks around. Like instead of an extra crit rating, I might put an extra damage. And instead of that last perk, instead of this last perk, I might put that stunning or knocking back, since stunning and or knocking back enemies is a little easier than eliminating them sometimes, not all the time. But depending on how well the weapon performs, I won't have to worry about it. Um, the point it is to have as many enemies dancing at once as possible so you can kill them. Or at least that's how I see weapons that make enemies dance. You want them to dance, you want a lot of them to dance, so you can do as much damage to the ones dancing and then make that chain reaction of more dancing and more dancing, even though um, you can't affect enemies that have already been dancing. There's like a certain time period to when you can do that, but they have to not be dancing for a bit and then you can get them again. Not quite sure on how long that is yet, but I have the reload time down to 1. Um, I like reload speed with shotguns because you never know, or at least in my case, I haven't used this one in a while. It looks like a double barrel just on the top left under Sunbeam. Right there, it looks like a double barrel, but I'm pretty sure since it's automatic, it's going to be a magazine type thing, which means I'm going to reload by taking it out and putting another one in. Um, but I want to make sure it does have 2,000 impact. So if you do change, say I add an impact, and then I change this last perk to stunning or knocking back, then I'll have a higher chance of stunning and or knocking back an enemy if I have a higher impact. Let me favorite that. I can also collect it because I can't collect it now, but I can now. Um, you can't collect favorited weapons. Collect basically means that you're gonna put it into your collection book. I took it out of my collection book for 50 flux. Can I buy flux right now? No. Okay, so I wasted the 50 that I got. But I want to try. Oh, I forgot to show my hero build. So this is the build I'm running with it. It's your classic, totally rocking out build. Unfortunately, I was thinking I could try something else. Um, but then again, I'm not too much sure. I could do this one hot swap. To get a bit more, to squeeze a bit more damage out of it. I could try so no, I'm not gonna do blast from the past. Not face shot. Uh Cool customer since I'm a soldier. Um Soldiers have Stay Frosty on by default. Stay Frosty. After 3 eliminations, increase weapon damage by 10%, weapon stability by 35 for 7 seconds. Additional eliminations refresh duration. So they have them on by default. But I wasn't sure. Slow your roll might be a good one too. You could freeze enemies for 2 seconds if they hit you, and then you could slow miss monsters 43%, which is kind of cool. If you were to pair slow your roll with the Ice King, then you would have really slow enemies. So I'm pretty sure with the Ice King, if you have him as your main, okay, snared by 15%. Snared by 50%. I thought if you kind of pair them, then you have a really slow enemy, which would be really good, right? Especially if they hit you, they'd be slowed for a certain period of time, and then with the base already slowing them or snaring them, then they'd be slowed for an even longer duration, which would be nice. But again, this is my build. It's a classic, totally rocking out. I'm trying to get those kills so that I can get totally rocking out popped, so that I can get that extra crit rating in there. Since I have, that's true. I might want to add another crit damage. I'll try that in a little bit, but I'll try out the double crit rating one first, and then I'll try the double crit damage one after. Since I'm going to be using total rocket now, I'll get that higher crit rating, which means I could sacrifice potentially one of the crit ratings for a crit damage. I got Waste Not Want for the extra magazine size, Shell Shock extra damage. This character's already increased critical damage by 225%, which is why if you look at the gun's stats, where's it at now? It's right here. If you look at the gun stats, it's got a 410 hit damage and a 51 hit chance. So it could be higher than that if I put another crit damage. I got Sub Wafers, Battle Beat, and I have Plasma Arc because it's a energy weapon. It's an automatic energy weapon, which means that I might have a pretty high chance of getting that zap effect to go off, right? Basically, hitting more than one enemy or chaining to an enemy. There's a 20% chance, but I have a full auto weapon, so it might be kind of higher than, it's a 20% chance per shot, and I have an automatic weapon, so it should be pretty high. But yeah, nonetheless, we're gonna go into a 160. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're in a 160. The 164 player to right the lightning. It's got fire enemies. It's got smoke screens, which is a more difficult enemy to fight. It's because smoke screens make them really resistant to like guns. Not less so resistant, but they're easier to kill with like melee weapons if you're gonna use melee weapons, but they're harder to kill with like weapons, guns, you should say. You'll find that out right after I kill at least one of them. Look at that. The other ones died fairly quick. Real time is slow. Where is he? Is he in the water? I don't know where he's at. I can hear him. I can hear him breathing right here, though. You hear him jump? Oh, he jumped at me. Okay. Waste Not Want is really cool. A little bit of magazine size increase, always nice. I want to fight big enemies. I don't like always fighting smaller guys. Smaller guys are cool, but like I want to fight bigger guys. I want to fight the big dudes. And besides, making them dance could be really good. If you see the little lightning bolt travel across from one to another, just like that, that is the that 20% zap I was talking about. And I wanted the enemies to get zapped. Oh, I want the power cell and the shotgun ammo, and that's it. You don't have to ADS like I was doing. It's still like accurate. Still pretty accurate without. I like ADSing just because I like zooming in. That one is gone, isn't it? Range probably isn't too. But I mean, so far, it's still pretty good. Like I like it. I like it quite a bit. Um, and that's good. I feel like I can do more with it. I feel like if I put another crit, if I put another crit damage on it, might be able to get more damage. I put damage in general, that I would hit more of a consistent damage rating, and then that crit damage would also be not consistent, but it'd be a little higher. I may not hit as many crit shots, but I'll hit higher crit shots in total if I put a damage. Crit rating, I'll also hit a higher crit damage, but the base damage will be the same. So it would seem like um, I'm hitting some high crits, just not as often. And then the regular shots, like say that first shot wasn't a crit, I just killed him in 2 shots. But say that first shot wasn't a crit, and I didn't almost one shot him. Um, it would seem low. It would seem like I'm not doing as much damage, and actually, it would be about the same. It'd be about the same damage on a regular basis, but without that consistent crit shot because of the extra crit rating. Um, boom. Okay, I want to look for a big guy now. I don't want to look for these little guys. I know I can. These guys suck. I know I can take them. There was an encampment right there. That would have probably been good to start at least to get a miss monster maybe from it. But I want a smasher. I want a full auto spray a smasher in his face. And I know he won't dance, but a smasher right there. I know he won't dance, but I want to mess him up. I want to see how it would do. A fire rate would be crazy too. And then he jumped on. Okay, I mean, the good news is if I make other enemies dance, which I can't right now, apparently. I tried to heal. Okay, I popped a war cry because it's gonna give me a faster fire rate, and I should have had a war cry character to give me extra damage, but I didn't do that. And you can see right here, I do not have a character that gives me any war cry stuff. I could drop the energy guy and put a war cry character to give me extra war cry damage, but if you see on the right, where it's counting down from 50, or about to count down to 50, right? Um, that cooldown is also worrying. Right now, I could make a cooldown build and just use the shotgun, like a more uh cooldown oriented and use time build, and then use the shotgun on top of it. That might also be a good idea. I think I should do that as well. I wanna finish the smasher though, so I'm gonna go ahead, kill these little guys. I gotta reload. Kill these little guys. I'm not hitting headshots, which is why they're not dying. Headshot crits are crazy. So it wasn't necessarily hard either to kill the smasher, which is nice. The gun also on headshot crit did really well. I think you've seen that earlier when I almost one-shotted that 250 bone thrower or pitcher, however you call him. It's shocking the shielder husk. It's kind of funny. I'm getting burnt up by these guys, so that's not very good either. I also want to try to fight 250s, so I need 250s to fight as well. I want to make sure this thing is good for the high-end missions, right? Oh, we gotta take her. I'm just out of his range. I'm about to die right now, though. See how short the reload is as well. The reload makes it good. Like, where's this survivor at, dude? There's an enemy stuck right here. Okay, here's the fire rate with the. I have to say help though. Oh, cause she went down. Um, I'll show you the fire rate with going. What is it called? War cry. I don't know why I said going commando. Reload. I'm about to run out of war cry. There it goes. So it's pretty quick. If I can get war cry to last longer and to do more damage, then that would be good. So a shotgun build might not necessarily be the best thing for it, but I'm going to change the stuff around. Not the weapons perks. I'm going to change my heroes around. And then I'm going to go in with the same gun and see how well I perform. But I will be back in a second. Alright, guys. I'm back. This is the build I want to use. My number 8. I don't know if you remember a while back I said that I used number 8. And I think it's number 7 or 9. Okay. 8 and 9 are my like Storm King builds. And I'll run Gold Trooper just for the attack speed and weapon damage I can get from the Warcry. It's basically buffing melee damage so we can break horns faster. Um, I changed it a little bit by adding critical blast and shell shock, so I'm not gonna be using toy rocket out. Some people will like that, some people will not like that. I mean, I'm going to go here, but I'm gonna go ahead and go into the 160. I'll see you guys in a second again. Alright, we're back once again. Just loaded in. Might as well craft some shotgun ammo. I crafted one on accident, two on accident, one on accident actually, two on accident. What? And I overcrafted, which is not very easy to do, I don't think. But again, this is my Warcry setup. It's got Gold Trooper Ramirez, which increases Warcry duration. It's got Base Solo, which increases Warcry duration. It's got Fighter Flight, which increases weapon damage. It's got Warcry cooldown reduction, and I'm running Happy Holidays, which is another cooldown reduction. Which is pretty cool. Showed you guys the heroes earlier, but I didn't explain them or show you what they did. I'm gonna run up in these guys and see what damage I can do. I think after I might change the perks. I kind of don't want to because I feel like it's good as it is. So we'll see how well this performs. If it performs pretty well, I'm probably not gonna change the perks. I'm just gonna leave it as it is, which is what I really want to do. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna reload so I can pop this. It's really hard to kill him in the smoke. But again, I'm trying to simulate how it would be if you play this high level mission. You might encounter modifiers like this. And modifiers are not always easy to deal with. This is an example, right? You want to see how it performs in a modifier like this that absolutely tanks your. Oh, I'm gonna wait till my Warcry is back. One other thing, there's another build I can use, and that build is a it's like a it's a build that absolutely drains your ammo, especially because you can use it somewhat often, kind of like how I'm using this one now. You could use it kind of often. We're gonna use this one now. Reload. I'm running out. He's dead. Two magazines to kill him, which is not super long considering. Not super long considering that you can reload it within 1 second. So spraying him, of course, like this is gonna take a minute. But using the ability is not, and it's got a, what would you call that? Like a 20-second cooldown, maximum 20-second cooldown, I guess you can say. This guy is almost dead for some reason. You can also tell it's not performing as well. This is why it's kind of hard to sometimes do like a mixed build, especially with the build more leaning towards one thing. Like this build in particular is leaning more towards Warcry. The other one that I had was leaning to the weapon critical damage, which made the weapon perform. Oh, sorry, mid burp. I don't know if you heard that. Mid burp, almost stopped it. Still burped anyway. Uh, but um, the other build made it perform better. This one I shot faster, so this one, I guess in terms, you would notice that it does more damage in terms of DPS, like damage per second, damage output. You can put out, a lot of a lot of rounds, which means that you can do some high numbers really fast. But the other one was just high, consistent numbers. This one wasn't as high or consistent. Which kind of, I mean, consistent, I would say yes, but not high. These are level 250 enemies now, which are pretty good for testing the weapons on. I like to test weapons on high level guys. I don't want to test them on lower level guys. I'm absolutely pummeling that guy, but he didn't die as fast because the crit damage isn't as high as it was, right? The crit damage was increased by 225%, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, I was trying to see if you could hear the bass solo in the back, but you kind of couldn't, or at least not from my end. It didn't look like you could. It looked like just the noise of the ability ending. But in my opinion, you should use the shotgun build. I like to use weapon builds that are oriented towards the weapon, or weapons, and then have a build oriented towards the weapon and weapon damage. In this case, it's like crit damage. So I like this gun. I like the shotgun. I've always liked shotgun builds back when the Browbeater was still hitting hundreds of thousands, absolutely decimating miss monsters. You would two-shot, three-shot miss monsters. Some miss monsters like the blasters, you would one-shot to two-shot. The takers, you would two-shot to three-shot, and the same with smashers. You would two-shot to three-shot them, and it was crazy. I don't know if that's the same still. I kind of hope it is, because decimating smashers like that was fun. I'm gonna break this tree so I can kill that bird. Get these nuts and bolts and their adhesive. I don't need the ammo, but I want the not the shotgun. Need the ammo, not the shotgun. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys learned a bit from this video. I hope you guys now understand that having a build oriented towards the gun, or a weapon build, in my case, these are shotgun builds, or kind of in a roundabout way a shotgun build. I guess this one's more a Warcry build, but I'm using shotgun characters mixed in within it. The first one I showed you was a shotgun build, in the sense that it was trying to buff the shotgun's damage and crit damage. Crit rating the weapon was doing that, but also Totally Rockin' Out was doing that. So yeah, it was a shotgun build. This one's a Warcry build that I tried with a shotgun. That is going to be it for this video, guys. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'm doing ventures, so not catch up on my streams, but check out my streams if you need help while I'm streaming, or if I'm off streaming. I think I do have a Discord link. My Discord user's there, so you can add me. You can message me. Hey, Psycho, I need help with this mission. I need help, building a defense in this area, You know what I mean? I'll help you guys out if I can. I'm kind of low on build material, so I might ask for build material. I might ask crafting material. It depends, right? I don't have too much crafting materials since I don't play um very much of this. And by this I mean like these 160s or stuff like that. I play them here and there, but I'm playing more ventures now. So if you need help with ventures, obviously, please ask. If you need help with anything else, I can at least build for you and tell you what traps to put. Um, you could also search up my account on Fortnite DB, and you could check out my traps or my heroes, which also would include my hero builds or hero loadouts, as it's called on Fortnite DB. Um, but again, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you liked it. Leave a like. I said that already. I'll see you guys later.